Hey traders, in today's episode of the Day Trading Show, James and I discuss a lot of important topics, but it's all focused around morals and ethics in day trading. We're going to use AsFX, our business, as a specific example, highlighting key moments along the journey of AsFX, kind of providing context as to where we think proper morals and ethics lie in trading, where proper psychology fits in, and really what the growth of a day trader should look like. There's a ton of value in this conversation. I know you guys are going to love it. What's going on, traders? Welcome to the Day Trading Show. My name is Austin Silver. I'm here with my co-host, James Bruce, and we are very grateful, super excited for you to be here with us. This is episode 1 of our new endeavor. With this podcast, with this show, what James and I would like to do is kind of give you guys really like a behind the scenes, peel the curtain back look into what it's like to be a professional trader. The great things, the bad things, the trials, the tribulations, all that fun stuff. So today, being our first episode, bear with us. We're going to work through some of the kinks. But James had a really good topic for us to talk about. We're really going to dive into morals and ethics in trading as a day trader. And we're going to actually use AsFX, our education company, as a reference point to talk about those morals and ethics. So we're going to go back in time to when I started AsFX. We're going to move forward into time into what AsFX is going to look like in the future. But before we get into all that, I'm going to thank everybody again. I know James is super appreciative of you guys being here for episode 1, for listening, for watching, whatever you guys are doing. So again, we just appreciate you. But James, tell everybody where you're at right now, bro.
Yeah, so I'm in the Sabi stands in South Africa. We were supposed to be in the Seychelles, but that got cancelled due to COVID. But I mean, we're still here in the Sabi stands in South Africa. It's a beautiful safari place, 5-star, very, very eloquent, and it's just beautiful out here, very relaxing.
Dude, and for all of us that are not in South Africa, and for those of us that have never been on a safari, we're hearing you talk about this. We're very, very jealous. We're seeing your Instagram stories, bro. We're very, very jealous. It looks amazingly beautiful. And I think it's a great starting point for today's podcast, because what you're doing this time of year in between Christmas and New Year's, you're kind of, I don't want to say checking out, you know what I mean? I think it's more of like a reset, a resting period. Wouldn't you agree with that? Not so much checking out, because we're still filming videos, we're still talking every day, we're still trading, right? So it's not like checking out. It's more just resting and getting ready for 2022. So for yourself, are you taking time right now to plan out any big goals? Are you sitting down with Amanda and thinking about the future? What are you doing to kind of get ready for the new year?
Yeah, so I think, as you say, I wouldn't say it's checking out, because we're still doing this video right now while I'm on the safari. I think it's just, I'd say, like recharging the batteries, right? Getting ready for 2022. I've already set my goals. I set them at the beginning of December, and I'm still kind of wrapping up the year and looking forward to 2022, and just speaking with Amanda and what our goals are as a couple and also as individuals for the upcoming year. So kind of recharging the batteries and looking forward to what 2022, being grateful for, first of all, what 2021 has been, and then looking forward to what 2022 has to offer.
And it's a weird time to plan for goals, especially for people like you and me that like to travel, because like you just said before, you were supposed to be in Seychelles right now, but you ended up getting a great deal on the safari. So you ended up switching over to the safari because of COVID. And it's just a lot of moving parts, if you would, is the nice way to say it, with COVID and everything right now. But we're getting it done. And I feel like for a new or struggling trader, or someone who's maybe thinking about getting into trading that's listening to this, their perspective on it has to be, hopefully it will be, hey, these guys are working hard all year. For them to take a week or two off and go to the safari or go to Seychelles or go to whatever, that's what they should be doing. I find it at least of an interesting, it's an interesting thought, at least for all the guys that are like posting and like they're still trading heavy this time of year, or they're trading heavy even on a bank holiday at any point in the year. The guys that are trading when you shouldn't be trading, I really just question if they're actually making money. You know what I mean? It's like, if you really are making money, shouldn't you want to take time off? Didn't you get into trading for the time freedom, for the control over your schedule, not to be stuck at a desk during Christmas, you know?
Spot on. I mean, like, you know, then you just, I think for that, you're just forcing things. I mean, when you start to really make consistent money trading, you don't need to be, you know, it's like you don't need to be trading every day. And this is the type of stuff that you can enjoy. I mean, I was on a game drive, so I'm actually a bit stuffed. To be honest, you know, I've got a newfound respect to you guys all in the States that trade FX, because I've been up at 4 a.m. every day for the game drives in the morning, and then 4 and then you can do whatever you want, you know, have lunch, whatever, and then chill by the pool, and then game drives in the evening. So I'm getting into bed about like 10 o'clock, and I have to wake up for the game drives at 4, bro. I am stuffed.
Welcome to my life, bro. Welcome to my life.
After the game drive, we're on the game drive from about 4 to 8.
You're sleeping,
I want to sleep. I'm sleeping, bro. I don't know how you guys do it. I'm sorry, but it's a new. I've got a newfound respect for you guys because I've done it now for 4 days in a row.
Caffeine.
I'm buggered.
That's it, bro. That's awesome. But that is an interesting perspective for you to have. And I feel like as we talk about morals and ethics with today's episode and AsFX growing and changing over time, one of those things that's aligned with, or at least goes into the bucket of that conversation, is the guys that are posting on social media, selling a course, selling something on social media, and providing incorrect information in a lot of situations. That's right on that conversation about morals and ethics, because there's a conflict of interest as the receiver of that information, where you have to be able to discern and say, hey, is this guy actually talking about something that's, in my best interest? Or is he just giving me information to keep me interested in his page so I buy his next webinar or I buy his next course? So when we talk about this morals and ethics in day trading, a lot of people initially, when they hear that, are going to probably think the same way that I did. It's initially a lot of bullshit. It's initially a lot of negativity in the trading space, whether it's the people in it giving wrong information, like I just said, or if it's the perception from somebody on the outside on trading and their thoughts about trading. Maybe they've never even traded, but they know somebody that did, and that created a belief system within them. So for yourself, when you got into trading, were there clear moral, like strong traders that were about their belief system, that stuck to their rules, that you felt were providing information aligned with professional traders? And then were you able to clearly see the people that were not, kind of like the people that I'm talking about here? Or was it hard to see that at first, do you think?
As for me, definitely hard to see at first. So my dad and Amanda's dad are both, so Amanda's my girlfriend for the listeners that don't know that, are both chartered accountants, so accountants. And I was always brought up in the financial world where I can, normally see someone that's got, and I went to a very good all boys school. So I brought up with, my family also brought me up with good morals and ethics, respect and, trustworthiness and honesty. So I've always been to be able to discern the good from the bad, but I actually took I had both ends of the spectrum. I started with FX with the guys that didn't have morals and ethics and values and all those type of things and honesty. I got into signals that were absolutely atrocious, like just trying to sell you the signal, and then like they send you like 3 signals and then it's done. So just bad stuff like that. So I'm happy that I got to experience that as well. And then that's when I found you, and I saw you on Instagram, followed you for a couple of months, and I was like, this oak, there's no BS here. It's all genuine.
What do you think made it seem that I wasn't BSing? Like, what do you think made me seem more genuine?
I think the fact that you shared a lot more of your like day-to-day life. Everybody thinks that traders, they like drive these Lamborghinis and they've got the girls, they got the stacks of cash, they go to the club. It's not like that. Completely not. Well, especially during COVID, you can't do that. But
unless you're in Florida.
To show. Yeah. Exactly. So you showed like you taking the trade and you practice what you preach. A lot of the guys, they say they sell these courses and they say they do this, but then they completely trade, like they'll say they trade trend line breakouts, but then they trade harmonic patterns or whatever they want, whatever else. Right. But you actually were like, no, you practice what you preach, and that's just was very consistent in the way that I saw, and that's where I saw that you genuine and you do what you say.
Yeah, and I think part of my approach when I started AsFX, which was, I started sharing my trading on social media in like 2016, right? I didn't start AsFX until 2019, I think, because I worked with that prop firm in New York for a little bit of time, and I was doing some other stuff. And I think like when I got into this, even back in 2016, the day I started sharing my own stuff, because I had seen IML and I had seen this other companies and these other people, I was like, the easy way to win in the Forex industry, the day trading industry, is going to be honest. Just be honest. Yeah. Don't hold anything back, because everybody else is building up a facade. Like you said, they're only showing you certain pieces.
It's a facade. That's a good way. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone could rent a car and get, whether you pay girls or get some of your girlfriends to get in a video and make a cool social media video. But then when you look at, like, let's just look at the way I post now, when you're taking clips from a live stream showing live trades and you compare the two things, it's very clear to me who you should trust if you're looking to learn how to trade.
Of course.
I've made it very clear in my own head, the guy who's providing the constant value, holding nothing back, he's the guy you'd want to trust versus the guy that rented a Lambo and made a cool video. The rented Lambo is going to get more views, but the guy who's consistent and able to provide that value, the stuff that's not that fun to listen to all the time, that's actually where you're going to learn to trade. But backing it up a little bit more, think about the statistics they tell you when you get into trading, bro. What do they say? 90% of traders are going to lose 90% of their money in the first 90 days. Most people don't have the discipline to be successful in trading. And let me give you an example of that. This is going to trigger some people, but that's okay. That's what the podcast is for, bro. We're here to trigger some people.
Yeah, honest. Oh, you got to be
honest, bro. I'm just being honest. I had this conversation with Brian, my brother-in-law, yesterday, and I said to him, I'm like, you know, Riley and I have been together for a long time. Riley's my fiance. We'll be married in a month or two. And when we got together, Riley stopped taking birth control. Sorry for putting your business out there, Riley, but it's part of the story. She stopped taking birth control. And when you tell people that, they think you're trying to have a baby. Do Riley and I have a baby, bro? No. Why?
Yeah.
Because I'm disciplined. Because I can keep my junk in a bag. Does that make sense? Without me saying any words that get me kicked off YouTube. But then when I see people having kids with a girl or a boy, whatever, and they're not married or they're not in a place to be having a kid, I look at them and I do judge their discipline. I do. How come I've been able to be with my girl and not get her pregnant for 2 years? You know what I'm saying?
And you live with her.
And I live, right, bro. I mean, like, we're definitely not practicing abstinence. Let's say it that way. So if I'm able to be disciplined there and hold my discipline there and not have a baby because we don't want to have a baby, and I can do the steps that are required, even if it's not the most comforting. Is it comforting to wear a condom? Not all the time. We're getting dirty here, bro, but this is the truth. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If I can't be disciplined in that arena, in that area of my life with my girl, how can I be disciplined as my trading? How can I be disciplined in everything? So I think it comes back to, like I said, that most people don't have the characteristics to be successful in trading. The select few people that do, they're disciplined. They're showing it in every area of their life, you know? And I think
for sure,
when you talk about like your long-term success as a trader, how do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered as one of these guys that pops up with a cool car and posts some Instagram pictures? Or do you want to be remembered as a guy or a coach or an influencer, whatever, that's helped people make more money? I don't want to be known as a guy. I don't want anyone to know where I live. I don't want anyone to know what I drive, really. I don't want them to know that. I want them to know that I can help them make money. Because in today's day and age, look at what everything is going on, bro, with COVID and everything like that. Now is the time for us to help people. It's almost like I mean, you know, I do a lot of meditating, eat some mushrooms occasionally, smoke some weed. I think about it all the time, bro. I'm like, why am I in this position in the universe? Like, why am I sitting here at my desk, filming this video with you, making money from home, doing what I want? Nobody's telling me, why am I here? It's very obligating. It makes me feel obligated to share my information and help other people because I have a lot of confidence in myself, but I don't think I'm a super genius. And I think there's other people that are smarter than me that could do better. So it makes me feel obligated to share. That's like my moral stance on it from my perspective. In your position, when you've seen me grow and you've seen AsFX grow, do you think I've ever had moments or had things that I've said or done that compromise my morals? I want you to be honest. Has there ever been something you've seen and been like, that doesn't really align with AsFX? That doesn't go with the brand? Have I ever done anything questionable like that?
In my opinion, that what I've seen on the group, no, I've never seen you something that goes completely out of character. I'm not like, oh shit, like, geez, do I even want to be friends with this guy? Never like that. I think, you know, and maybe some people might take it the wrong way, but the only time that, and actually it justifies your morals and values where you're hard on someone, you're tough on them, whether it's a life decision or a trading decision, you're tough on them. And some people take it the wrong way where they're trying to be like, oh, I'm better. You think that you're trying to be like, oh, I'm better than this guy, but it's not. Right. You're trying to be like, you're trying to hold them accountable to a higher standard. But lots of people aren't ready for that conversation as well. You know, like they get
not just in trading
away with that.
That's in every. Ask my younger brother. My brother just moved down to Florida a couple months ago. Now he lives near me. Yeah, the other day he's always trying to fight me, bro. And I said, you don't want to do that, bro. That's not going to go well for you. You try to swing on me. I'm just letting you know. So you know, I'm not ready to fight him, but he's so hot-headed to me because I call him out on his bullshit, and I don't do it all the time because I don't want to be an asshole. But it is good. It should be good.
It is good.
That's what. Good.
I've got like two or three good, probably like I've got 2 or 3 good mates. When I do something stupid, they call me out, or if they do something stupid, I call them out. And I'm like, you know, I was actually at home. I went home to visit my family last month, and I said to my one mate, hey, his nickname's Spanks, Keegan. I said, hey, Spanks, shot, bro. I really appreciate you as a mate. Like, you're one of my really, really good brothers. You always call me out, or, you know, hold me to a higher standard, because you know, there's no point not speaking about something where you're being a fucking idiot.
That's what I'm saying. And if no one calls you out, he knows I'm
a better, and he knows I'm a better person than that. And I know when he does something stupid, I know he's a better person. It's just one thing.
It's not a reflection of your whole character. But if you don't have that person there to hold you accountable, how do you grow? Like, how do you get better? You know what I mean? And in that situation, my answer is, it's very tough, bro. Exactly what I was going to say. My answer always is like, I can tell you what to go do, or I'll shut up, not tell you anything to not make you get mad, and you'll fail and then be mad at yourself for failing. And then you'll be mad at me because you're going to say, you could have helped me. No, I didn't want to help you because I want you to fail and learn from yourself, because when you fail and have to learn yourself, you stick with it more. It sticks with you more than if I told you what to do. For example, when we teach people about trading and we tell them, this is an A1 breakout, this is an A1, wait for the RSI to be above the trend line. Then they take a trade. The RSI isn't in proper position. I've told them 30 times the RSI needs to be in proper position, but they didn't take the loss yet to learn the lesson themselves. So there is, as I'm getting older, I'm learning there's this whole thing when you talk about morals and ethics and trying to be a good mentor and trying to be a good friend and be a good coach. Sometimes the best thing to do is shut up and let people make the mistake for themselves. The other day, Logan was over my house, and I have these lights hanging in my kitchen. Riley likes these string lights we hung for the Halloween party, and she hasn't let me take them down. And Logan takes his shirt off because his shirt was wet, and he hits the lights, and the lights come down. The lights fall down. He says, I'm going to fix it. I'm not going to fix it. He fucking knocked the lights down. He's going to fix it. Right. Then when he's hanging the light up, I'm standing there telling him how to do it. And he catches this thing on the table. So when he lifts the wire up, it picks the thing up off the table and the thing falls. And he goes, why didn't you just move the wire? And I said, because you need to learn to pay attention. In my head, I'm calculating very quickly. If Logan makes this mistake, can it hurt me? Does it break something? Does it hurt anybody? No. Okay. Let him make the mistake on his own. He'll learn to pay more attention, and he won't do it again. In his mind, he wants to be babied. So his response initially is, why didn't you just move it? Well, bro, because I'm not always going to fucking be here. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I've learned to teach people. Right. And so in that situation, what was the lesson? Me yelling at him and telling him what to do, or just letting him fail? And hopefully he remembers this as a lesson point to pay more attention in the future. You let people just make that mistake, and I think it ends up being better. You got any situations like that in your life?
I think I can. So I'm looking at also from a positive point of view. So I definitely agree, and I think you can also, I'm looking at also from a positive point of view. So I always used to believe that when I first got into trading, I'm like, shit, like only the big banks guys make money trading and so forth and so forth, the fund managers. Right. And then I remember I always used to ask you, Austin, do you think there's guys that make like millions of dollars trading as retail traders? And you always would be like, yeah, of course, bro, of course. And then when I started to make $100 a day, and then that $100 became $500, and then $500 became, I made a couple of $1,000 trades a day, and then that just got bigger and bigger. Eventually, I'm like, when I started to do that, it's like almost a sense of like shit, this is definitely possible. So it's like you got to experience failure, but you also got to experience winning for yourself.
Very true. Very true.
Because lots of people are like, oh, well, this comes back to like the belief system is like, well, you can't do it because I wasn't able to do it. Right. I get like, but that's not true. If once you experience it for yourself, and which you've done and I've done for yourself, that the flipping world's your oyster. Like you can do it for many years to come, and you can make at $1,000 a day can become $200,000 a day. You know that for a fact because you've done it. If you can do it with $1,000, you can do it with $100,000 a day. It's scalable, right?
And I think people forget that.
Yeah, and I think that's like I've always you got to let people fail to experience it for themselves. But when you start to win and experience it for yourself, you don't ask questions. I don't ask. No. I don't ask. Amanda's brother always asks me, James, do you think there's really guys that make money and be able to drive Lamborghinis? And I'm like, don't ask stupid questions. It's
literally, it's like the people that ask that question, bro, they don't even have the money or the brain. Like there's just a different perspective on life that you get when you start making more money. That's basically what you're saying, right?
Yeah. And it's like
once you start making good. Yeah, finish. Sorry.
Yeah, it's also like a sense of gratitude as well. Like you feel grateful, and you, as you say, you feel obligated to help people. That because I'm very like a caring person as well, generally everyday life.
I know.
And that's why when you asked me to be a coach, I was like, shit, this is dope. And then when we started our Black Show Club, which we'll get onto later in the podcast, I was like, this is flipping cool, because now I trade, I make my money trading, but I also can be able to help people and fulfill other areas of my life that were missing when I was, because at the end of the day, everybody, it sounds cliche, but it's not always just to make money and
no, bro.
Continue.
That is not the purpose of a human being. Yes,
it's
bro.
not. I mean, like for me, it's not just. It sounds cliche, but
no, it's not. It's true.
It sounds cliche to the people that haven't experienced it. That's what I always think, because when you experience it, you're like, oh shit, this makes sense now.
Well, let's talk about it, because it's like it's the survival mindset. If you're not making, it's really money, bro. If you're not making enough money, you're not going to be able to get to the point of being able to give. You're only going to be able to look out for yourself. You're only going to be able to look out for your family. The second you start making enough money to have free income, what do you start doing, bro? You realize the purpose of being a human is to serve other people, to make the world a better place, to make other people around you happier, to help people, to be there for them. Because what would you want if you were in their position? You'd want someone to be there for you.
Want to help you. Correct.
So like for me recently, I've been hosting a lot of parties. I'm hosting a big party on New Year's Eve. I had everybody at my house for Christmas. I invite all my friends. Riley gets mad at me because I invite everybody and I don't care, because I have the ability to now take care of everybody. So if you're alone or you're not going to have a big Christmas dinner, come over my house. Like that's kind of like my life perspective, because once I've got enough and now I've got my trading, I've got my real estate going now, I'm going in this right direction on building wealth. I know you can say the world is your oyster and you want more, and I do, but the more that I also share, the more I seem to attract. The more I share with other people and make other people's life around me better, the more money I seem to make. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I wanted to just go back for a second. For the people that say like you coach because you can't trade, you sell courses because you can't trade, just to address this in episode 1, those who can't
do teach.
Right. I think those people, and I feel like a lot of our listeners probably have heard us say this, but that's the insecurity, the more, that I would group into like the negative morals of trading, the negative belief system of trading, the insecurity to say, hey, you can't be a good trader and be a good coach. That's your own projection of what you think you can do or cannot do. I have proven that I can be a great trader, I can be a great coach, and I can sell courses, and I can invest in real estate, and I can be a great fiance and husband, and I can be a great brother sometimes. I can be a great, I'm doing all these things. Just because you don't think you can doesn't mean that I can't, or doesn't mean that you can't. So for everybody that's going to maybe think that or say that, just know it's really your own insecurity. And with our conversation, with our podcast, hopefully we can make you reflect on your own insecurities, on your own weaknesses, to say too that you, and this is a good maybe turn in our conversation here, but to say you have no weaknesses or no areas of improvement is your ego blocking you from understanding your fullest potential. What areas in your own trading in the last year do you think you made the most improvement in? What do you think you were weakest at and you've now become really good at?
I think my routine definitely,
why?
That has been like, that was a weakness of mine, and I've turned it into one of my biggest strengths. I think because I started to like, just because money was coming quite freely to me when I started to scale up my trading account. I think I just started to just go out of routine. I was like, I can trade at the Asian session.
Get a little comfortable.
Exactly. Get a little comfortable because I can trade the Asian session if I want. I can trade before the London sessions even started. I can do those things. It becomes easy.
Right.
Easy. And sorry for the guys listening, I'm putting
air quotes.
Air quotes. Yeah. So I think for me, I really nailed down my routine and like going to the gym before hitting the trading desk, trading certain hours and stuff like that, because I was doing that before I started to scale up quite big. And then what happened was, as you say, it becomes too easy, becomes comfortable. But I think that's for my trading for 2021, I really knuckled down on my routine, getting back into routine, and made that my strength, one of my good strengths again. And yourself, what do you think?
Yeah, I would say my biggest thing is being more open-minded. I thought I was open-minded, and I think I was, but I'm now being more open-minded because now you've seen my trading evolve. I'm not just trading Forex anymore. I'm trading indices and crypto over the last 6 to 8 months. So majority of the year, I've been studying, if not actively trading these things, and it's made my trading so much better. So it makes me look back on myself and question, was I actually being open-minded, or was I being a stubborn Forex trader thinking Forex is the only thing? You know what I mean? So I think I'm going to continue to challenge challenge my open-mindedness going into the future.
Yep.
In your
And
routine,
also,
yeah, go.
so, and also with you being going, as your brother likes to say, going public with the prop trading. Now that you're putting out your videos on getting funded and stuff like that, I mean, that's something that you were very skeptical about, and now you're like, okay,
yes,
cool, okay,
call.
cool. You know, if that,
fuck yeah, you're right, bro. Good call. Another one right there. Me being closed-minded off the jump initially. That's why you've got how many funded accounts and I've got one. You know, I was more closed-minded than you were, so I'm constantly challenging myself to be less closed-minded, less cynical, skeptical. Okay, maybe a little bit less of it, but still skeptical.
It's good to be skeptical.
No cynical. I'm not cynical. I'm optimism Austin, bro. Like I'm bullish on everything. You know what I mean? I'm bullish on life. That's what I'm telling everybody now.
I think but that's a good mindset. It's a good mindset. Bro. I mean, but even in general, just to go slightly off topic, then I want to go ask you a couple of questions. I mean, how draining is it to sit around negative people with a negative outlook on life? It's so draining
feels
mentally.
Heavy, bro. I've never been around. I mean, I've been around negative people my whole life in different ways, different times, right? But as I've
sometimes
gotten
you can't help because they could be family.
Facts, bro. That's exactly what I'm thinking about right now. I think sometimes as you get older, and maybe just the spiritual journey that I've been on for myself over the last 2 years, I can feel people's energy more. And I think I've always felt their energy, but I think I tuned it out because I didn't think you could. You know what I mean? Society tells you like energy is not a real thing. You can't pay attention to that. But no, it definitely is. And it's becoming more and more talked about now. I think
in your subconscious,
right? And like I recently have been with certain people out at social things, and you can feel the negative energy. It feels like weight on your body. And then when they leave the room, or you leave the room, or you leave the party, or you leave the event, it feels lighter. And you're like, what is that feeling? That feeling is negativity. Negativity is like a cancer, bro. I mean, everybody knows somebody that has cancer. I think you can make yourself sick, stressing yourself out, creating that chemical response in your body. It leads to cancer cell growth. It's science, right? There's real science in that. And at the same time, to say that you can make yourself sick, I think you can make yourself healthy with the right mindset, with the right perspective. So I think you have to be mentally strong first and foremost. And that's what kind of keeps everything in balance. And like what you were saying before, I wanted to make a point about, damn, I lost it because now you got me thinking about that. But we can keep going. If it comes back to me, I'll keep. You said you had another question?
Yeah, so I had some questions. So just to go forth as our this is our first episode. I just want
if you're still listening, Ray, if you're still listening or watching, make sure you subscribe if you're on iTunes or if you're on Spotify or if you're on YouTube or wherever. If you've listened this far, this is the kind of content that James and I are going to keep putting out through the day trading show. And if you're a day trader and you want to learn how to get inside the mind of professional traders, this is going to be the place to be. So just make sure you're subscribed, thumbs up, the whole fucking 9 yards. 100%. Everybody. Yeah. What was your question, brother?
So for you personally, how did you get into Forex trading and why did you start and when did you start AsFX?
So I got into Forex trading in 2015 because I found binary options, and then I didn't want to trade binary options, and Forex was being talked about a lot. I never heard of Forex, and it has a low barrier to entry. So you can start trading Forex with $100 in a live account. You can't do that with a stock account. Like you can only do 3 trades a week because of the pattern day trader rule. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to trade stocks. I'm going to go into Forex. Long story short, and to make it as short as possible, I went through IML. I've been through multiple companies like that. I've been through working at a prop firm for 1.5 years, based out of Wall Street, based on Wall Street.
In person.
So I was there in person a couple of times, but all of my work was done remote from home when I was living in Philly. So I was working from them. I would travel up to New York every couple of months and see them. I was there for about 1.5 years. Like I said, great experience there. Never will talk bad about them. Just didn't work out on the way that we wanted to grow our marketing and stuff like that.
That's fair.
No beef. And then from there, after I left that company with Riley really pushing me, she's like, we can do this on our own. We can make all the money. We can employ people. We can start a business. So I was like, all right, crazy girl, let's start it. Let's see what we can do. And it's crazy to see that whole thing, bro, because I'm talking to people now and I'm 27 next week. And I'm looking at myself and I'm like, dude, I can remember 5 years ago sitting in my apartment. I had like 15 people in this 3-bedroom apartment. And we're all looking at charts. Everybody's got laptops and shit. And in my head, I remember thinking to myself, I need to use whatever other company. It was one of the multi-level marketing companies that everybody knows. I need to use this company in order to run my business. That was my thought process. I want all my friends and all the people that I get signed up to pay this company, and then the company will pay me.
Yep.
I was so not in an entrepreneur mindset, even though I was an entrepreneur. I've been selling shit my whole life, tried to sell my brother if I could. Like I am an entrepreneur. But
Yep.
in that moment, I got fogged, bro. I was thinking I needed other people. Caught up, bro. Yeah. I needed another business. No, bro, you can do this yourself. And that's why people say marriage sucks, divorce is always common, blah, blah. You just got to find the right person. And Riley is my person. Like she was the one that was like, you can do this. We can definitely do this. And she was right. We started AsFX in 2019. And within a year, we crossed, if I get this number wrong, I'm going to say we had a lot of students. We were close to 1,000 students in the first year. And now we're pushing 2,000 in year 2. So we're going into year 3 almost now. So for me, I needed a little bit of that confidence to then go start AsFX, but she saw my passion. Like she said, like, you just trade and coach people. I'll handle the rest. And she did.
Business,
she handled all of our emails, all of our QuickBooks, all of our graphics. She did all of that until we hired a marketing team. Now I've got 3 marketing guys. I've got a website guy. I've got a thumbnail guy, and I've got a video editor. I've got like 8 people on this team now. That was just me and her 3 years ago. I got to say 3 years now because it's about to be 2022. But it was, we started in August of 2019, I think.
2019. Yep. I remember because I joined in, I think it was Feb 2020, and there was we were on the Telegram group, and there was
we were still in Telegram, bro.
185,
bro. 185 fucking people. That's crazy to think about, bro. And now you see the Discord servers like 1,500, something like that.
1,500, something like that. It's insane because I joined and there was 185 students, and then all of a sudden just saw the growth. But I think, you know, and then just another question, what would you say? So what would you say are like the key, I know we've touched on this, but key like values of AsFX as a brand? And I know that you and Riley represent the brand. You know, like I know you always said that you don't like hiding behind the brand because you are the brand. And what are your values what would they tie in with AsFX?
I think I could sit here and pick myself apart, bro, on the pros and cons of building AsFX with my name on it. There's pros and there's cons, but in this business, because what did we say at the beginning of today's episode? You need to be genuine and like let that genuine authenticity, honesty show through. So for me, I think subconsciously, maybe I knew this, maybe I didn't know it, whatever. I kind of felt like if I put my name on it, I have to stay accountable to it. Like a rapper, like Russ, bro. Yeah. Russ goes by Russ. His name is Russell. That's his forever. Whatever he does, that's his name. I don't want to be one of these girls that makes a fake name and starts an OnlyFans for a year or two. A stripper name. And then I got to go be no, like it was just like, I could be my most honest self. I could have hid it behind Vantage FX. I'm sorry if that's somebody's Forex name. I'm sorry if I totally just ripped somebody. I don't know.
Just putting out something else.
Alphabet Forex, bro. I could have named it anything and hid behind that. But by making it my name, I think I made myself be more accountable. Subconsciously, that's what I was doing. You know, and I think if you look at the logo on my shirt or on my arm, right, this triangle logo with the 3 lines in it, the idea, the moral mission behind AsFX was that, like I said before, I don't think I'm a super genius, bro. I work really hard and I will stand on the top of the earth and scream, I will work harder than most people. But if I could surround myself with a bunch of smart people, then who knows where we're going. So the logo actually means the triangle with the line going through it is transcendence. It's a symbol for a lot of things, but it's transcendence in the way that I took it. And then we put the 3 pillars. You can see it right above my head here. Those 3 pillars right in the middle of the triangle right here. Yep. Those pillars are one of many symbols in Egyptian hieroglyphics for group. So the symbol, when you put it all together, means transcendence as a group. Like the triangle is being held up by the group. So without the group, you can't transcend. So the logo really means financial transcendence together as a group. Like we will only go as far as we will go farther together than we would alone is the best way to say
it. Yep. Yeah. No, I agree. And that's why I think those are some great points. And when you asked me to be a coach, I'd already been with you for over a year and almost a year and a half at the time. And that's why I was just really, really, your morals, AsFX, and your personal as Austin Silver's morals and values really resonated. And I agreed with.
Well, that's why I brought you on board, bro. I think I'm a really good like, again, feeling energy, reading energy. Riley is very good at it. I think it's something that secretly connects me and her together. And I lean into it now. I don't like, if I get a weird vibe from somebody, I don't try to talk myself out of it, bro. Ever.
Yeah.
If I get a weird vibe, I already know there's something going on with them that I might not never find out. They might not never tell me, but I got to trust that vibe. And you have always come off to me like a brother, bro. Like you have the same morals that I have. You've got a steady girlfriend. Like you've got a lot of the same, you work out hard. Like you're disciplined. Like you have a lot of the same characteristics that I want in myself. So I'm looking at you and I keep you around because I'm like, this guy keeps me on my game, bro. If like you said a couple of minutes ago, I think this was the comment when I forgot my thought. You were talking about getting comfortable. I'm like, that idea of possibly getting comfortable is the scariest thing, bro. The government doesn't scare me. COVID doesn't scare me. Guns don't scare me. Snakes don't scare me. Getting comfortable scares me because once you get too comfortable, I don't think you can ever come back. It's very hard to come back.
It's tough, bro, because well, especially because when you start becoming comfortable, let's say in your trading, you start to become comfortable in your everyday life, and then you start to, maybe not
how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Throw the paper when you go on the soccer on the soccer
bro
field.
You know the story, and like that story was recently. What James is referencing is my ebook. I wrote a free ebook.
The 8 Commandments.
In the 8 Commandments. And not in the free one. It's in the 8 Commandments. So that's like $5, whatever. It's on the add-on to the crash course. That story actually just recently happened in the NFL. One of the quarterbacks threw a cup or something into a trash can.
Oh, really?
He missed, and they got him on film. And then when he went to pick up because he threw it, he missed, he went and picked it up and threw it away. And the announcers were highlighting him, and they were saying, they're like, look at this guy. Like, this is what we're saying. This is why he's a special guy. And in my head, at first you're like, why is he a special guy for picking up a cup? It's like, no, it's because he missed. It should be done the right way. He went and finished it and saw it through the right way. How you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah.
It's integrity.
I mean,
bro.
it's integrity. It's what you do when no one's watching. And he didn't really think in his mind, he honestly probably wasn't even thinking it's such a big thing. He was just like, oh shit, I missed. I'm going to pick it up. That's just who I am.
He's subconsciously got strong morals.
Yep. Shows
and then you can look at other people. Exactly. You can look at other people that'll tell you one thing. Hey, I'll be there. And then they don't show up.
Yeah.
I don't even beef with those people anymore because if you can't stick to your word, why would I even give you the energy of talking?
Let them be.
Let them be, bro. You can't even keep your word to yourself. It done. If I'm, let's say I'm running, I'm running a Forex class. Like, bro, literally, this is real life. I had the retreat a month ago, earlier December. I had 3 people pay full price and never show up. Never respond to my emails.
So they just lost the money.
They gave me that money for free, bro.
Because they didn't even show. And
they didn't even show.
So they paid and they didn't even show.
Where's the moral character? Nothing. Where's the character, bro? You paid me. You said you were going to be there. You took someone's spot. Fuck the money. You took someone's spot. Have some character.
You organized for them. And
Austin's throwing an event. He's not hiring an event company. We're having 15 people in a house to learn. And like, there's no big company. Just email him. Let him know. Nope. No character, no morals. And if they had showed up to the event, I was ready to confront them and be like, bro, I've sent you 6 emails. How are you not answering me? Like, what's up? Like, where's your character? You put money out on something. You said you were going to do something, and now you can't even answer an email, let alone show up. Of course you didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I think people often, bro, to circle back to the whole conversation here, often it is the willingness to be disciplined, the willingness to commit to something that separates I think the average from the extraordinary. It's just the commitment, the decision to be podcast That's it.
Yep. And just resilience. I think I just wanted to touch on a quick topic before we maybe move on to the last topic of the podcast today. But what I found in I've gone through I've gone through some adversity in life. My mom had cancer when I was in school, and other things, losing my rugby contract due to a knee injury, tearing my ACL, coming back from that, playing again, stuff like that. But I think, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But anyway, showing resilience in trading, I think, is also a very, very big topic because lots of people are like, oh, I'm resilient, until something big happens to them in their life, and they're like, oh, I'm ready to give up, or they just quit so easily. I think why I also think trading specifically is because you have so much negative negative, people say so much negative shit about your trading that you actually have to blow past and put it out your subconscious, because you can't be at the desk thinking, oh, so-and-so says I can't do it because he couldn't do it, or so-and-so says you'll never make it at trading because it's not a career. It's a new age and it's not a career. I mean, you have to be so resilient and to be like and be being self-belief. But I think that's what one thing you do really well is you always very uplifting, because you want people to succeed. You've seen for yourself, whether it be family members or friends say, oh, Austin, you can never trade for a living, you can never make a career trading. But I mean, doing it for yourself and being resilient, really, you portray that resilience onto other people. And I think that's wouldn't you agree? That's a big key in trading.
100%, because nothing in trading is easy. It's simple to learn how to trade, like to learn a technical system. That's simple, but the mental things that you have to overcome, the constant mental battles with yourself that you have, resiliency, you have to be a rubber band, bro. Never break, just bend, stretch. You never break. You always come back to that center, calm equilibrium. And it's hard. Like, that is very difficult for a lot of people to do. And I think that's why a lot of people can't consistently make money trading. They might make money here or there, but they can't get into it. And that's really where the Black Shirt Club comes from, bro. Like, the idea of what we started at the end of the year. So for everybody that doesn't know, James and I just started a small group coaching, how would you call it? Like a mentorship group, small group coaching?
Mentorship.
Yeah. Basically what we're doing is we're working with only 15 traders at a time. We have a couple of spots open right now. So if you'd like to apply, I'll put a link in the description. It's asfx.biz, BIZ/BSC, Black Shirt Club. The Black Shirt Club is inspired by Mike Bellafiore's SMB Capital. They would give the traders a black shirt if they made $1 million in a year net, I think. So we kind of just ripped off of that. Since I've always had black shirts with the white logo, it just worked really fucking well. And now what we're doing is really helping traders, specifically right now, I feel like, get funded. And in the process of helping people move from a demo account into a live account and get funded, we're seeing their resiliency tested. We're seeing who's got the moral character and who doesn't to make it work. And also we're seeing the people who are looking to other successful traders within that group, and they're saying, hey, Tom does this, and this really well, and I don't. Let me go talk to Tom. How am I going to get good at that if I don't go hang out with somebody that's already good at it? You know 100%. What I'm saying? So we're kind of setting that up for people to be willing to admit their weaknesses and find the outlet to then make it a strength. You know, now there is a thing in trading where you don't need to make all of your weaknesses strengths. Some of them you can avoid and just not trade into. If you're not a counter trend trader, don't trade counter trend.
Don't do it.
You avoid it. Yeah, done. But if your weakness is in your mental ability to take a loss and stay focused and then find another trade, then I would suggest getting around other traders that handle losses really well. The only way to get better at that is to be around those people. And that's where the Black Shirt Club comes from. What have you seen so far in the Black Shirt Club that you really are appreciative of, or that you really think is valuable to the guys so far? Guys and girls. I think got girls in there too.
Yeah. Shout out Megan. I think
no billies.
Oh, no billies as well. Yeah, that's true. I think for one, it's like, we really dealing, because you know, we're like, okay, cool. Like there's like AsFX starting to get quite big now. As I said, I joined when there was 180 members, and now there's almost 1.5, pushing 1.5. So I think we were like, there needs to be some sort, because I've had some of my friends that have bought the beginner course, and they're like, because they've seen me doing well with AsFX, and they're like, hey, if James can, I finished my degree last year, I didn't go and get a job like most people would. I'm making my money trading. And they were like, if James can just buy the course and become successful, that's all I got to do, right? Just buy the course and become successful. I've had some of my mates that just buy the course and then don't do anything afterwards. And I think that's what we do kind of get in the big AsFX Discord group chat, is because you get people that will be in that group and think that all you got to do is buy a course and that's it, you're going to make money. And obviously we know as if you stick around in trading for a while, you'll realize that isn't the case. But I think what I found from the Black Shirt Club is that the networking with the really, really people that are trying to take their trading to the next level, trying to get funded with 100 grand, 200 grand, 500 grand, whatever it might be. And then from there, just scaling up and try to take it full time. We've got some guys that are like really prestige businessmen in there, have their own businesses, are entrepreneurs. Some of them are studying. Some of them, are just like me and you, trying to trade full time. I mean, I know Tom's working in the telecoms communication business, and he wants to start to trade full time. But all the guys and girls in there are trying to be serious and trying to do what we're doing, trade full time and make trading our career. And I think that's what the BSC is the most the most valuable point of view of it.
Just being around like-minded people. It's hard,
Yeah.
you know, as traders to find other people to be around that get it, that go through the same problems, that have the same issues, that overcome the same things. And then to be in a group of people like that, I think is just rare. So very grateful to be able to create that. But I think with today's episode, I hope that we were able to kind of cover some of the inside. I mean, it's a lot of layers in the conversation when you talk about morals and ethics and the growth of AsFX with those morals and ethics. But hopefully now for a listener, you guys kind of get a feel for what we are about here at AsFX, where I want the feel and the heart of the brand to be. And hopefully if that aligns with you, you go down the rabbit hole and you watch some more of my videos, watch some of James's videos, check out our live trades, check out our results, check everything out. Because when you do that, you'll feel confident in joining our team and getting on board with AsFX if you're ready to learn how to day trade. That's kind of what I'm going to continue to push in 2022 is we're beyond Forex trading now, bro. We have a whole new oyster that we can talk about, which is crypto and indices, really. And people would love trading indices if they knew about it. Like a lot of people don't even know what an index is. If you ask the average person, what's the difference between the NASDAQ, the S&P, SPY, and the Dow, they couldn't tell you the difference, bro. So for us to be able to come in and now have some experience,
a couple of months ago.
Right. Now, as I'm saying, we've got some experience. We have the platform. Now we can shortcut the learning curve. That's our obligation. So I know your last thing that we said for our notes today to talk about was like 2022, the future of AsFX. Black Shirt Club is the number one focus for sure, taking care of our members. And then number two for AsFX is going to be continuing to educate people on how to get involved, not just with Forex. If Forex doesn't scream to you because it's not sexy, let's get you in crypto. Let's get you day trading Bitcoin like I've been doing. That's what helped me pass phase 2 of that funding challenge. Let's get you trading indices. That shit's awesome too. A lot of volatility, a lot of opportunity, and you don't have to wake up super early. So there's a ton that we're going to be talking about in the future. But if you guys want to hear specific questions answered, you've got to drop comments. You've got to put comments on YouTube and wherever you're listening to this, so we know exactly what you guys want to hear in future episodes of the Day Trading Show. So now that we're wrapping up, since this is the first episode, make sure you guys do us a favor and share this. It's easy. The name is easy. The Day Trading Show. That's where you're going to be able to Google us and find us. We're going to have this on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Anchor, on YouTube, on the AsFX channel. It's going to be everywhere. And we want you guys to hopefully follow along. Put this on while you're at the gym. Put it on while you're walking the dog. Put it on while you're in the shower. And if we say one thing in this video that gets you thinking and maybe gets you writing down something new and gets you on a new habit path or building a certain strength, then we're doing our job. You got anything to close us out with today, James?
Yeah, I just want to appreciate, for whoever's listening this far, I just want to also now appreciate you guys and girls. And I think there's going to be some great content. I think also now I've been planning this for maybe a month or two now about, I got my setup going now.
Plus we had the holiday though, that got in the way, you know what I mean? You were traveling and we had Christmas and shit. Ooh. So now that we're getting back to work 100%. Now, we're going to pump these out. And for those of you that are looking to see what's exactly coming next, just know in January, I will be doing a D2 deep dive for all AsFX members, which means I'm adding on to our advanced course on the D2 system specifically. And I'm going to be doing a free webinar in January as well. Both of those will be done before I go on my ski trip. Both of those will be one for the AsFX members. The free webinar is going to be about trading indices, trading crypto, trading all that stuff. I'll be talking about that more once I'm a little bit more ready.
Closer to the time. Yep.
Yeah. I don't like talking about webinars, bro, a month before, because then people are like, did I sign up for that? I don't remember if I signed up. You got to talk about it though. They forget. Yeah. You talk about it the week it's happening and everybody gets excited and then that's it, Yeah. But if you're listening to the podcast, I know you love us and we love you. So you're getting all the newest information if you listen this far through. But James, you are the man, brother. I'm so glad that we were able to get this first one done, even on holiday between Christmas and New Year's. And I'm excited for many more episodes to come to continue to share the value, to continue to spread the seed, the good gospel, bro. That's what we're here to do.
Yeah, 100%. That's spot on.
I love it, bro. Well, thank you, James. Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening, wherever you are. We appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. Leave us a review if you enjoyed it, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
100%.